allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful for a day of life that you have given to each of us, grateful for your love to us. Lord, we are so blessed to be living in Vidalia, Louisiana. We are blessed because you have blessed this community. And Lord, we come now to discuss some funds and spending, and I pray, Lord, that we don't take your blessings for granted, but Lord, help us to spend them wisely. For we pray this in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay. I'm going to ask our clerk, Ms. Wilson, if she'll do our roll call.
Town of Vidalia Board of Aldermen roll call for the special meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen dated August 18th, 2026. Alderman Betts.
Present.
Alderman Gardner.
Here.
Alderman McCoy. Alderman Probst.
Here.
Alderman Smith.
Here.
Mayor Quorum is present.
All right. Thank y'all very much. Got a good crowd tonight. Thank all of you for coming. Just to give you a little bit ahead, what we're doing tonight, the hydro ordinance allows for us to have some monies set aside for projects each year from our hydro royalties that we can have two public meetings and people present ideas, and the board will accumulate that list. And then what we'll do is have a meeting later on, either September or October, and have a meeting and try to finalize which projects they want to do out of all the recommendations. Because everybody here, I can promise you, everybody here, I'm sure we can't do everything that everybody has here. So what we do is we do ask that you know, if you have something to present, hopefully you got a budget for it, and that we can consider it and then go from there with it. And just we'll have a meeting to discuss further the things we do. The first aspect of this meeting tonight is myself and the aldermen will present some of their asks that they want, whether it's for their district or in the town. They can do either or, whether it's outside the district or inside the district. They can put their request in. After that, we're going to take a vote. We're going to go into a public hearing where we'll hear from you guys, and you can we take turns coming up to the podium and presenting what you'd like to see and give us an approximate budget. And hopefully you have a plan with that, and then we'll take those into consideration. We're going to have this meeting again Thursday. So if you know somebody that has an idea they'd like to see, you can, look and come back Thursday if they didn't get a chance to do this. Now, tonight, we got so many people, we don't want to go into a detailed thing of we're just putting projects, we're listing them with an approximate cost. Just give us a brief what they're about. Because, some projects, we can't get here. Somebody have one project and talk an hour and a half. We just can't do that. We'd like for you to present what it is, what it's going to do, what it's going to affect, and approximate price tag with that. And then we'll start working together after hours. During work, of course, and discussing further what you want to see and what work you've done as far as budgets and things of that nature. Okay. So.
Can we put the signs just down in front?
Okay. Yeah. Can one of our guys come and just for the time being, let's just take those signs down. Our alderman can't see out. And then we'll put them up with whoever on challenge when that's presented. We'll just to the side there. That's fine. That's good. Yeah, we can see everybody now. Whoa.
Just set the sign.
Whoa. Hey, Mo. Yeah, we're good. Thank you, guys. All right, so we're going to get started on item number 1, board discussion on proposed projects for the use of the surplus hydroelectric royalties. One of the things that when we did the first few phases of Polk Park, the next phase is a skate park. I think we had talked about maybe one time it'd be about $300,000, but a skate park for a town our size, a range on that is $350,000 to $450,000. And again, this is just, we're going to put it on the list. And the aldermen, of course, will get together and decide if they want that to carry on to consider further. The farmer's market's been approved. The only thing I do want them to be aware of, we've got the conceptual design and drawings done. Jay, did we ever get the final drawings, or we didn't, did we? Okay, we'll maybe have those maybe by Thursday. But we might be looking at some more money on that, but the farmer's market's already been approved, and we may be asking for a little bit more money depending on when those final estimates come in. And the last thing I have, is decorative street signs for all of the town, every district, every street sign, be the decorative type that you see. I think it really dress up and something our neighborhoods can all take pride in. And again, this is something that's just a request. The alderman might not want to do it. Because you can spend anywhere from $250 a sign to up to $1,000, depending on how decorative you get. And we have probably 300 to 400 signs, so you do the math. So anyway, that's my three asks, and I'll start at the end of the table with Alderman Probst and see.
Garbage cans.
Garbage can. We've already got that approved. We've got garbage cans approved. And I think we would like to visit some more on the garbage cans at the request of the street department. I don't want to put it on them or the street sanitation. They want to, let's get together and talk with the department and all together on that. But already money's already been put
Yeah, I know
out.
that.
Okay,
Like we were talking a minute ago. That's all I got.
that's one. Okay, all right. Alderman Gardner?
I mean, we still on the project with the drainage on.
Yes.
Yeah. All still
Yeah.
going on.
So,
We've had dry and low river. It's hadn't been an issue, and we've been able to keep it cut, as far as I know.
Right.
So before I go into my little details, you said something about a skate park or something as well.
Mhm.
I have something submitted from me by a citizen, RN of Vidalia named Yolanda, long-term resident Yolanda Williams. I think she's gonna be on the same board along with the skate. She has put a whole package thing together to present, asking, and she listed basically what you said is gonna cost between $300,000 to $400,000. She got it in-depth details and why we need it and what makes sense of it. I don't want to read all of this. I'll share with you and whatever your ideas that you already have. Maybe y'all can go along and you can take from her and she can take for you and put it together in that particular manner. So I'll just pass this to you.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as me for District 2 or throughout the town of Vidalia, today I took out the time in my schedule to go around and look. One thing I noticed, stop signs. Some stop signs either may need to be replaced or it's grass growing around them. So I asked that we do a citywide stop sign inspection, making sure that all stop signs, because I seen one stop sign that was leaning over. Just if somebody can do some maintenance to the stop signs throughout the town of Vidalia, making sure all stop signs are in the level where people that are driving their vehicles can see them. I haven't put a amount on that. I'll come back at the next meeting with a particular amount once, if there would be one.
We can do that without funds. We'll have street department fix that.
Okay, all right, sounds
And
great.
2 or 3 years ago now, just for information,
Yeah.
it might have been more than that. We went through town and redid all our stop signs.
And
had
I
them
think we
all.
did water,
Oh.
the water things as well, painted all the water.
Mhm.
I'm requesting that to evaluate the side street connections between, I had a constituent who called me asking between Spruce Street and Magnolia, could we possibly make a road through that street? I think it's like, we already have the turns, but the whole purpose would be for emergency vehicles and the garbage truck. This is just something that was thrown from Spruce Street to Magnolia at the very end to make an actual street at the very end of that street. That's a request that's been made to me by constituents in my district. Magnolia, Spruce Street is Oak, then Spruce.
No,
Is
the fruit streets are
Spruce.
peach.
No,
Oh, what you said, spruce.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
Spruce.
I thought you said fruit.
No,
I was trying to-
Spruce Street.
Okay.
That's gonna
Spruce
be-
Street,
yeah,
okay.
District
Yeah, I
two.
got you. Okay.
So that's one request, and then once again, the request is to evaluate the side street connection between Spruce Street
Okay.
and Magnolia Street. So emergency vehicles, the garbage can also, and they won't have to back down the street and all that. My other request is a citywide curb and gutter improvement. Go throughout the town, making sure, my thought on that is for the town of Vidalia to look uniform, for you not to get in one area and it's more upgraded look than another area. I want throughout the whole town, well, when we in Vidalia, we in Vidalia. What you see on one end of south, you see on north. So I want to suggest that we go through. I haven't set a amount on this either, but I also kind of sort of have pictures of like our streets don't have this here, where the street cleaner can go down the streets. I want it to be able, the street cleaner can go from one end of the block to the other end on every street in Vidalia. That's one idea as well. I know we're doing something on sidewalks, phase 1, phase 2. I know that's up in the air. I guess if we can just kind of sort of visit and give a little bit more insight on phase 1 of the project that Lorraine Hayes started, where are we with that? Before moving to the next step, is it just a hold on the funds?
You talking about the safe streets?
Yes.
I talked about it last meeting.
Okay.
That's the one I was talking about. They're doing the sidewalk. We're gonna do a sidewalk from Vidalia High School to the shopping center and all the way down Concordia Avenue from Elm Street all the way to the levee.
Okay.
It'll be on the west side of, west, you want to say southwest side of Concordia Avenue.
So
A lot of it's already got sidewalks,
updating,
but that would all be improved. And where there's not sidewalks now, kids can walk or ride to school. Handicapped people with their
Correct.
wheelchairs, it'll be ADA compliant. People can get around town. If they need the crossovers, they'll have safe areas they can cross. It's something we'll have to get used to as drivers in the day. I mean, they'll have the right of way. When you go out of town to some of the other towns and cities, you have crossovers for students and people. They have the right of way over any kind of vehicle. So it's going to take getting used to. And but anyway,
So-
that's all. That was all discussed last meeting.
right, but I do know that some of our constituents and the people that are in here, everybody don't have social media. I don't know if it made the paper, but I thank you for updating.
I think it has been, and it's by the way, it's a DOT project. It's a $2 million project that they're going to pay for. The only match we have is $250,000.
And last but not least, I do know that we have Polk Park, but I have people that are in my district who have requested a small recreational area, whether it be a few swings, a basketball goal, or maybe a pavilion or something like that. So those are my items that I'm asking for: a small, intimate recreational area in District 1 as well. So everybody won't have to drive all the way up the highway to Polk Park, or have to drive to District 1 to the junior high, or walk. Kids taking the chance trying to cross the highway for safety issues, finding maybe a area in District 1 where we could possibly put a small recreational area. And those are my only requests.
Okay, Alderman Betts.
You touched on the ones that I was so concerned with. The only other new things that I had was, it was a request for a divider fence at the pickleball court between the thing
Okay.
and possibility of putting some kind of shade, such as a parachute umbrellas like we have at Polk Park on the courts.
On the pickleball courts?
The one that's right here?
Just someone.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would love to cover that whole back 2 quadrants of the tennis courts. That would alleviate, that would take care of the issue with the evening sun getting in everybody's eyes. But then again, there's also those people, I want to be out in the sun. I want to get vitamin D. I want to get, it's going to be hard to make everybody happy on that. It's going to, I don't know. They have got some options out there to do that. And it's going to, and I'd love to hear the feedback from the people. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I hadn't started playing pickleball yet, but it doesn't matter to me. If you want to play in the shade or if you want to play out of the shade, let's hear what you got to say about it. I mean, we certainly want to accommodate the majority of the people.
They're appreciative of the screens, wind screens that were put up.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it? All right. Alderman Smith.
I definitely want to see the Challenger field come to reality. And it's kind of, I wasn't expecting to see this, but this was definitely on my list right here. Bringing school pride back to the day.
I think we're all for that.
We've got to show them some sport, because I don't know if they're going to get it from anywhere else, but whatever we can do to help them. I mean, they're so far behind. If you ever go to any other town and look at their facilities, the field, everything. But yeah, I hope we can get through with start and finish the Challenger field, because that's really dear to, we have Pope Park for kids to play on, and to me, that they'll have a park that they can play on pretty much year round, kickball, league, everything. So.
Okay, well, okay, because with you, I mean, that being the thing that you want, I think there's some people here to talk about the Challenger Field and the work they've done on that already. What I'd like to do, did you have anything else?
No, that's,
'Cause I think they're traveling, so what I'd like to do, and they're out from out of town, I'd like for us to go to item 2, and the board enter vote to enter the public hearing to receive public input concerning possible alternative uses of surplus hydroelectric funds. Alderman Garner's made the motion. Here a second? Second by Alderman Probst. All in favor, say aye. All right, we're going to start taking public input. I'd like to address the Challenger Field. This is if y'all come down, I tell you what, if you would actually, the council, have y'all seen that yet? Have you looked at it? Okay, if y'all would, can
We got it on the screen.
pardon? Oh, okay, we're gonna put them up here. Okay, here we go. We're going to go up here. So if one of the representatives or all of you want to come together for the Challenger Field, talk just, briefly about what we got.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. My name's Jack Schmidt. I'm with MP Design Group. We do a lot of municipal and public school district athletic fields. We've had the privilege of doing some preliminary work for the Challenger Field, which will be located at the complex right behind us, beyond the playground equipment out there. So what we have designed so far is a regulation size Little League field, 200-foot fence. The entire playing surface is artificial turf. It's special, particular pile height of the turf, so it's accessible to people of all abilities. Really a state-of-the-art facility with bleachers that are covered, dugouts. You'll see a small building behind the field. We showed that as a restroom or potential concession stand, which would be phase 2 possibly of the project. So that's not included in our estimate at this time. New lighting, scoreboard, and currently we're estimating that the project will cost in total just under $1.3 million. So I'm happy to answer any specific questions you may have about the project at this time.
I have a question. I mean, first thing you said when you said that is you said it's basically the size of a Little League field. Now, as far as, would this be, this is my question. I'm just, is just the special needs children going to be able to participate and play on that field, or is it going to be the rec board can use it when it's not being used for other play or tournaments or anything like that? That's just a question. I've got the people that's running the Challenger Field or anybody or the rec board involved in it, or if they even talk about that. That wouldn't be y'all's question. I guess that's to them.
T-ball the 9-year-olds, but the turf is too thin for like baseball, high school baseball, softball to get out there and smoke it. It'd
The
be
turf
too.
is designed for wheelchairs and things like that, not necessarily for police.
Okay.
or high school students.
So it's just the size of a Little League field, but it's not designed for if they wanted Little League field play on it.
Correct.
Okay.
Basically, you'd have an issue with the ball coming off the field too
But
fast.
it could be multi-use, like if T-ball tournament.
Correct,
Or
correct.
coach pitch tournament, or that's about as high as you'd want to go, coach pitch.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Has the board of council got any questions you want to ask?
What location is this one?
It's going to be over here on the play. It's the area, if you walk right past the playground between the fields, it's going to be close to the levee over there. It's going to be basically adjacent to it. It'll be in that area right over there.
So up here.
Yes,
Correct.
here.
If you walk in the main gates and go around the playground equipment, there's nothing back there. It's between the high school boys field and the first girls field there on the right.
Okay.
What's the, when your project is approved and you start, what's the time completion?
Construction time, we expect would take probably about 6 months, with, built in a few months of design time. We do expect we'll have to get a 408 permit with the Corps. We expect that to take approximately 1 to 2 months from submitting that to the Corps.
Okay, any other questions from council? All right, thank you very much.
Thank y'all very much.
Does anybody from the Challenger League want to say anything? Anybody?
It was approved by Rec Board. Just putting that out there.
Pardon?
Rec Board did approve the location and
Okay.
everything, so that's taken
So
care
that's
of.
all worked out? Perfect. Okay. All right, I guess we'll start doing this. Somebody have a raise of hands, and I'll start on this side of the room. And somebody on this side got a project. Let's start on the front row. Anybody got, want to mention anything? Okay, second row's done had theirs. The next row? Okay, come on, Jimmy.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. My name is Jim Allgood, AKA Coach Jim Bob, for a long time. I'm going to give y'all a quick presentation. Tonight, I'm here representing the nonprofit Team Up for All. We would like to thank the city of Vidalia for stepping up last year for a $50,000 partnership sponsorship endowment in support of the Big River Fall Festival. This is the festival that took place the same weekend and takes place the same weekend as the Mississippi River Balloon Festival. Last year, the funds were deposited into a nonprofit Team Up for All account set up at United Mississippi Bank. Certified cashier's checks were distributed to bands, entertainment, and festival expenses that included non-budgeted Walmart accommodations at Lake Concordia for out-of-town entertainers and meals at area restaurants. If the town of Vidalia chooses to Team Up for All to put on the upcoming Big River Fall Festival in October of 2026, all checks for budgeted entertainment and activities will be processed through one bank account for proof, again, of all expenditures. Also, contracts will be signed by entertainment and activity representatives. We plan to bus in students from local schools for entertainment and activity representing that Friday of that weekend. Now, I want to stop and make a point right here. In the lifetime that I've been here in the Miss Lou area, I don't know that we've ever had a field day where over 1,000 of our students from Faraday Trojan, Vidalia Viking, CPSB Gators, Monterey Wolves, Cathedral Green Wave, Delta Charter Storm, ACCS Rebels, and Little Natchez High kids came and saw entertainment pretty much all day long on a Friday, from about 9 o'clock that morning until about 2 o'clock the afternoon. There was a large number of bands. We actually had 16 bands last year. We did all the marketing and media, and we broadcast this live for 3 straight days. We had over 20 high-end social media influencers. Many are in town that are also going to be in movies this weekend, such as Movie Twisters. Those were folks that came to our town and came to this festival. So that's we're hoping that once again everybody will approve this. The sooner we can have it approved, naturally, I'm just like you, Mr. Smith. I want to have as top level of bands as we can have. Last year we had bands such as Vince Vance and the Valiants. We had Nola Groove. We had a very diverse group of bands and entertainment throughout the weekend. The Jumping Dogs came. That is Jason Reynolds and his High Flying Retrievers. Me and him have been doing that show across this country for 35 years. The kids and adults, in my opinion, loved it all weekend long, but especially those kids that got off those little yellow buses on Friday. We at Team Up for All hope you will choose us to coordinate the entertainment for this year's Big River Fall Festival. Last year taught us exactly what entertainment festivals goers want to see, in addition to the already successful flea market and carnival held each year in October on Vidalia's beautiful riverfront. Here is a mixture of many of the pictures and everything from last year. Here was the poster from last year. This festival was marketed. It went out to about 110 million homes across America and about 130 million homes around the globe. Just like the same folks, my team back there that does a lot of the broadcasting and promotion, they're part of the same team that also promotes, like you said. And best of luck this year, Coach, because Vidalia Vikings, Faraday Trojans, you're exactly right, Mr. Brent Smith. We need, pride needs to come back, and that's what we're also helping do with broadcasting and all that. So,
Okay.
thank you, Mayor Buzz and
All right.
everybody.
Did anybody have a question?
Any
for-
questions?
If not, thank you, Jim Bob. All right, you're on the list.
Thank y'all.
All right. All right, go on the next row. All right, hey, okay, come on, Bo Pilgrim.
I have two. I do not have any calls for either one of them, but one of them is kind of representing First Baptist Church. We do a special event every year, Spring Festival, and Joey Merrill is always very gracious to come out and bring some lights because we need a little bit better lights out there at the amphitheater. We have a lot of different events, and just you get to about dusk, it gets really dark. There's some lights, but they're kind of lacking. And then also there's an intersection right there where Royce Whittington intersects with Front Street is really dark. So if you have people crossing the street to go and park on the other side, either under the bridge or underneath or right there by the medical center, is really dark right there.
It
And so-
is dark, I agree with you.
Yes, sir. So just some better light, for events like this, also like what, the fall festival he's talking about would be really helpful. The other thing is just as a business owner, we have a lot of aging buildings in the town of Vidalia. I'm talking about actually buildings owned by Vidalia. And I just was curious, could some of those hydro funds be used to help upgrade those buildings? Either electrical, HVAC, roofing, all those different sorts of things.
Okay. You're talking about private business, private,
I'm talking about
Properties.
buildings that are owned by the town of Vidalia.
or which buildings in particular are you talking about?
I know that there's been some issues before with roofs on the buildings right here, but also we've got several buildings in the town that are the roof was just replaced on the old fire department on John Dale, and it just was age. I know that there's also probably some maintenance needs to be done on some of the others, just maybe upgrading HVAC systems. Usually those, you get 15 to 20 years out of them.
Yeah.
I know a lot of
I
our buildings
know-
are older than that.
Yeah, I know we've upgraded, like, for example, the Council on Aging building. We're spending money on buildings, and the hydro building, we've done a lot of work on. It's had some leaks in it, and we want to clean it up with good. And we've been taking some, but, if it's something that we need our attention to, please let us know, Now,
Yeah,
like
I don't know
the-
anything in particular.
Okay,
Just
nothing in
just
particular,
suggesting.
okay.
Yes, sir. Nothing stands
I
out.
want to make sure.
Nothing stands out.
Because I drive through town, and I see, I would love to challenge some of our businesses to do better on some of their signs, like, for example, the real tall posts that need painting real bad.
Right.
And maybe, maybe there might be some small grant, Main Street, Louisiana, improvements and grants, we can try to work with them to find. But
Sounds good.
yeah, noted, and I
All
appreciate
right.
you doing it both. Thank you very much. And we'll look into the lights for sure. Okay, Miss Cindy, come on, Miss Cindy Galloway. Bless her heart, she has to live with Pat Galloway. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Pat's a dear friend of mine. Pat's a dear friend.
I believe this may have been approved last year, but I'm not for sure. I just
Okay.
didn't want it to get swept under the carpet. These are the estimates for the public art that I'm so, really enthusiastic. Not only murals, there's little smaller towns than ours that have 3-4 murals all through downtown that are so welcoming and so really add to the ambience of the town. And so on the second page is also an estimate for the electrical boxes painting project. Now, sometimes this can be done online, on computer, can be a computerized design that can be applied to some kind of application that can go onto the electric boxes. I'm not sure how it works. Now, Jenny Hinkle was the one who worked this up for me, and she's no longer in town. They've moved away, but I feel like with our connections to artists in the area and in Natchez, we could possibly find a mural artist that could take care of this and do these things. So I just wanted to make sure that didn't get lost or forgotten about.
Can I ask you to do me a favor, please? Because we have a bunch of this through town. What I would like to do, maybe you and through the garden club, maybe beautification committee, would y'all go and get a list of possible sites?
Sure.
And we can,
Mhm.
look at that and make a good, because we start going through and just, randomly, let's make a conscious effort to look and see, hey, this would really be cool here, and this, or this would. I mean, I'm sure people have seen us update our riverfront
Yeah.
signs. Y'all seen those? We dressed them, I mean, we kind of dressed them down a little bit, kind of making them fun.
I've seen some buildings are privately owned companies, and of course, we'd have to get approval from the companies, which are usually, they're not local, like Home Hardware is not local.
Right.
So we would have to go to their board and get approval from them, which would be an awesome spot for one. And then there's others as well.
And we trying to do better on the blighted areas, especially. There's not a whole lot left on Carter Street. The Burger King, we've taken a lot of flack for that, but I've actually talked to the owner of it. And if there's anybody out there want a Burger King franchise, you can reach out to them. They will help put you in business. They will even spend money on the building. They work up something. So I'm putting out something out on Facebook Live for anybody who wants to start a Burger King franchise. Reach out to the owner of that building. They might hook you up.
Good.
But I've even threatened them to say, look, we're going to declare it a nuisance property. We got to do something with it.
Right.
So, but he said, we're available. Somebody will reach out. We'll put them in business. That's what he said.
That's
Well, I don't know.
Also, we still need a legible sign coming off the bridge from Natchez to Vidalia, directing people to the riverfront.
Right, that tree covers it up.
It's not legible.
I would like to talk to you talking about the sign? I thought, is that one we hadn't changed yet?
You can't see it.
Well, yeah, we need, I want to make sure we get
yeah.
permission from the landowner, whose tree it is, before we go to whacking on it.
And
too
it's
much.
not really big enough, I don't think. Even when it's not covered, it's not very big.
Yeah.
And people going 50 off that bridge, they're not going to see it. Anyway, and also, I was hoping that we could get approval for some planters to go around the new restroom area at Polk Park. Just some, casual, like whiskey barrel type containers to hold plants.
I've recently been in McKinney, Texas, second time, and I've got some pictures of something I want to show you.
Oh, good.
Because I like to see them out here on our entrance to City Hall. They're big, they're huge, concrete, big. They hold a lot of plants, really pretty.
It'd be so
Be
nice
something
around
else.
Polk Park.
Sure.
And
I
people
think
won't
that's
step,
something-
people would step in a flower bed, but they're not going to step inside of a
They have to jump in.
container. They'd have to jump it.
They have to jump in it. All right, Sandy, is that it?
Thank you.
Well,
Yes,
thank you very much.
yes.
Thank you for what you and the Garden Club do for the
Certainly,
town and all
certainly.
your work, because I know you love it.
Certainly.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Thank-
need to piggyback on something that Cindy said about the utilities.
The boxes,
Boxes.
yes.
We discussed that last year, and it was brought to our attention that would be a no-no because it's a safety issue. That we can't touch those.
That's what our electric department said. We'll talk more with them about that, Cornell. Let's get the lowdown on that for sure. But we don't want somebody out there painting and shouldn't be able to get, anywhere around that box and get electrocuted. They should be safe enough to get around, but we want to make sure they're safe, whoever works on them. So. All right, is anybody else on your row, Cindy, back there? All right, next I see Graham and Steve, and y'all come on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mayor Craft, Alderman Probst, Alderman Gardner, Alderman Betts, and Alderman Smith. Thank y'all for having us today. I want to first say, I do want to acknowledge Polk Park real quick. I know that, man, my kids have used it. I see thousands of kids get to use that. I just want to say thank you guys for that. It has been a wonderful addition to our town. I know people come from all over to get to use it, and it's a great thing. I also want to recognize how fortunate we are as a city to have a problem, I would call it, is to try to figure out how to spend discretionary funds. I hope that everybody here recognizes that, because I know that everybody here is going to have things they want to ask for tonight. And I know that somewhere in here, there is things we want and things we can do. And that's kind of what I'm here tonight for in representation of the Vidalia High School Quarterback Club. On that board are myself, Stephen Dawkins, who's here with us tonight, Fred Marsalis, and Rena Owens, all former Vikings. As I look up here on the board too, I know that we also have a lot of people that were involved in Vidalia High School for a long time. Alderman Smith just mentioned earlier too, you know, trying to bring some pride back to this program, into this school, into this city. And we have a lot going for us, and I think we have an opportunity. I also want to recognize tonight we have Coach Mike Burgett with us and Coach Beck Burgett with us. I don't think she likes that term, but I've learned that she is a coach as well.
I want to give them a round of applause because, you know, but that, you know, a lot of people have said, man, you're crazy to go to Vidalia, you know, but thank you for taking on the challenge of seeing us come back to prominence and in high school athletics. I want to thank you for that and your dedication to jumping in there and trying. And anything we hope we can do, we can help. I know on a personal level, I'm a Viking, and I graduated in '77. That tells you how old I am. But I certainly want to see us anything I can do and anything we do as a town to help that program.
Thank you. We have on the board, we've brought some, I think we sent over some information, and I think all of you should have a packet as well. The Vidalia Quarterback Club was developed to help support this program. And our hope is that by bringing some pride back to this program, supporting these kids, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. We want to support these kids. I think all of our mission, it's not about myself or Stephen or Fred Marsalis or Rena Owens. It's about the kids in this program and ultimately how the kids from the whole community can have an opportunity. What we've got here, we've got a few proposals. Myself and Stephen, with the rest of our board members, have made phone calls, and we've gotten quotes and gotten a lot of information. We've even had people come in and do demos for us. If you'll look here at proposal 1, what we've got is we've got a total proposal here for $74,000. If you'll look at page 2, that kind of breaks down what we've got. Page 2 of your packet there. That is equipment, and those things include, I'll tell you this, and being a former high school coach, and any of you that have played, you understand game film is very important to you. You want to be able to watch. You want to be able to watch film. You have to trade film with other teams. There is no camera system in place currently. I should probably go down the list because, yeah, that's the first thing on there. There's currently no camera system in place. I should also add, I do want to add this. Everything that comes to the Vidalia Quarterback Club, we're a nonprofit. We're 501c3. It will be owned by the Quarterback Club so that it can be maintained properly and then given to Coach Burgett in his program. Also in there are some, Coach has no communication between his other coaches, so he needs a headset in there so that they can communicate on the sideline. I don't know how most of you have probably been to high school football games. I hope you've been to a couple of ours. If you've ever traveled to a high school football game, there's very few now that do not have air conditioners in the bathrooms. They haven't changed probably since in the last 50 years, and they're cinder block buildings with no airflow through there whatsoever. So we would like to put some AC units in there, and we have a rent agreement there. We also have Coach Burgett. As part of being a coach, you need dummies and you need equipment. Coach Burgett has some particular sets of dummies. One of the first ones is a power blaster. That is something very unique or not very unique. It's very necessary for his program and his offense he runs in particular. And then something that every program uses is a 5-man sled. And he has one that is no longer in working order. We had a guy come last week and do a demo with us. All of you probably watched Coach Faircloth do it, but Coach Faircloth and a couple of his coaches painted their field by themselves. If any of you have ever been involved in it, I can tell you with 5 guys, it takes 7 hours. 5 guys, it takes 7 hours to paint a football field. Now that's not even including your logo or anything like that. We had a guy come and bring us a demo for what is called a turf tank. It will completely paint your field and do a logo in 3 hours. That is time that a coach should be with his program anyway. And I'm not going to take shots or anything, but I will tell you this: you go watch a football game anywhere in America right now, there's at least 8 or 9 coaches on the sideline. Coach Burgett has 2. It's himself and 2 others. He does not have time to paint a football field. So that being said, I would like to also say within that, their turf tank has a program where it can be an all-sport program for an additional fee. It could potentially be owned in a different area and be used in football as well. It will paint baseball fields, softball fields, soccer fields, parking lots. It'll paint pretty much anything that, it can be used to paint anything. So I don't know who paints the fields currently for games and stuff like that, but it could be used for that as well here at the recreational facility, like I said, along with parking lots as well. What we have in there currently for the quote is a football-only quote. We do have quotes if it wanted to be used a little more widespread. I have that in an email. Then additionally, in a part of proposal, or in proposal 1, there are also 2 lawnmowers within that. Look, this is right now in the current situation, when coach wants his field cut, he has to run down one of the mowers. This is not necessarily your problem or the city's problem, but I don't know what we've spent on the turf, on the grass at the high school field in the last 10 years, but I know it's been a lot. And so you're bringing if anybody doesn't understand how field maintenance works, when you bring a mower that has been cutting Bahia grass in a field onto a football field that you just spent $50,000, working on, it's going to bring that Bahia seed. And now you've got Bermuda and Bahia, which is tough. So we would like to, we're looking for help on mowers as well, so that coach doesn't have to go looking for those. That is part of proposal 1. We also have a proposal 2 in there that is basically everything minus the mowers. And then we have a proposal 3. I know that a couple of years ago, we had one of our former football coaches come in here or make a push for artificial turf on the football field. And I think ultimately, from a city standpoint, from a community standpoint, I believe that is something the whole community could benefit from as well. And we did take the liberty of getting some quotes, or Stephen did today. I'm going to give him credit on that. Getting some quotes on what it would cost. Again, I know we're asking things we want. What can we do? Where can we meet in the middle possibly? But we're looking from quotes anywhere from 1.4 to 1.6 million to turf the whole football field at Vidalia High School, and then an additional 1 million to 1.4 for a track, which track is a very popular sport, is becoming more and more popular, and we've had actually a lot of success at the high school in the last couple of years there. Stephen, you have anything to add?
Yeah. So on those quotes, they're very basic. When we spoke to the 2 companies out of Baton Rouge and St. Gabriel on the turf, they haven't seen the fields or the situation. And these quotes are general, very rough hypotheticals. If they had to come in, I know that they added irrigation and drainage to, say, Vidalia's field a few years ago when they redid that. This is just hypothetical. If it was not there or if they couldn't use it, they put their stamp on it. That's just, scratch everything and start from the ground up. We've listed in the packet the municipalities, the high schools, some colleges that they have created tracks for, high school football fields, municipalities like that have baseball fields like we do. They're currently doing those, so they all that's in the packet as well. But just to let you guys know, we didn't give them a whole lot of information. We just said, hey, look, can you give us a general, because some of these are very detailed. Some of them have different style turfs. This thing can get as creative as you want, as you all know. And then I believe they can back that down. So we just wanted to get some numbers and some companies for you guys to have to look at. And also, if the field situations here at Vidalia High School, were to deteriorate anymore, at least you have a starting point as a backup for information and new data that's not stale dated from a few years ago when you guys was looking at that.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate Stephen and Graham. Thank y'all for the work you've done. I walked on that field last week when they had they wanted me to come watch the demonstration with the sprayer, and it's going to be a game changer for saving somebody a lot of time. But I walked on the high school field just to look at it, and God bless them. I see a lot of broken ankles out there just walking across it. It needs some help. It needs a lot of attention. So I appreciate the quarterback club. So this would be something to the quarterback club, not necessarily this Concordia Parish School Board. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is to the Vidalia Quarterback Club.
Yes, sir. And we're totally separate from the school board. We're our own nonprofit, 501c3
Okay.
board that, totally you can audit the donations. I guess be like a donation that we could send back for your tax purposes or anything like that from small businesses.
Okay. All right, thank you guys for,
Yes, sir.
and Stephen, I got to say a shout out for you. I mean, you don't have a child at Vidalia High, is that right?
Right.
And your wife is the principal at Delta Charter. He's here advocating for
I've been a
Vidalia.
Viking since I was 5 years old. So, anytime I can help, I'm here to help.
That's what I was just sitting here before they came up, and I was just looking around the room. If you don't think athletics and pride in your school and that means something.
Yeah.
Look, we got a mayor that played football for a day.
He did?
Who would have ever thought I'd been an alderman? You got a DA sitting over there. You got my personal advisor, Stephen Graham. I mean, the room's full of people.
Yeah.
That turned out to be successful people.
I will say that if you go to any school where you meet your classmates with their families is at athletic events. Basketball games, softball games, baseball games, football games, band, cheerleaders, all of them, everybody's involved and they all come together for athletics. And that's where you get your community comes together. Hey, look, I'm for academics. That's number one, no doubt. But as far as bringing your community together and having a spirit of cooperation and getting to know each other and playing together, you build friendships that last forever.
But
you'll never forget them.
And I'm sure it was like that when you played, it was years before me.
Yeah.
But
thank you,
all
right,
I remember being at practice on a random Tuesday, Monday, and be 10 or 20 people up there watching us practice. And then they'd cook for us. And you out there like, man, I can't let these guys down.
We want to see that pride. We want to fill those stands up with Vidalia citizens supporting their team, for sure. And also, in addition to that, is strengthen it up because your high school program is only probably going to get good as what your junior high program is.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to take our eye off the ball for our junior high as well. And our junior high athletes, I think we should give them equal attention as well. And I think we should certainly give it to the high school.
Well,
Thank you, guys.
I would recognize Coach Burgett again for that. He started bringing his junior high guys up this year.
Great.
Before he ever got there, he was bringing them in the weight room.
Good.
And he's got a good vision for that as well.
Good deal.
They showed up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they went to school. The kids want to be successful. We talked about vertical alignments and junior high is very important. We got great kids at Vidalia. And to be honest with you, discipline is key. And I know you guys have been to games, you see helmets thrown. That's not me. I'm old school. When you guys are here, I'm a little crazy. I've been at 3 high schools. I've changed 3 high schools in the winters. Vidalia can be a winner. When you talk about winning in sports, talk about keeping your kids in your town. And they won't be going to, can I say this?
Yeah.
They won't be going to private schools. They want to be part of this school. And, since I've been there, I have lost a kid. Didn't show up all summer. His daddy decided to pull him out. As part of it, I got 3 kids move in though and want to play. So, the overall is we're going to have discipline. There's going to be no helmet thrown. There's going to be no eye. We're going to work together to get this thing turned. And you can bet on it. We're going to get it turned.
All right, Coach. I'm ready to go put a uniform on.
Like Toby Keith.
All right, is anybody back there on that side got it? Is everybody from that side got it? Okay. All right, let's start on this side. Anybody on this side? We'll start at the front. Anybody? Okay, Miss Vivian.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I do not have any quotes on things that I am concerned about, but I can get those figures to you at a later time. The representation in our area is not good. You cannot call, you don't get replies, anything back. So I'm here to speak for those of us who are concerned about different things. And the first thing I would like to ask you is this. I understand that there was $50,000 allotted for the Council on Aging building. Is that true or is that not true?
That's not true. It was 150,000, I think.
I know the money.
Then,
What, 150,000, Jay? Did we?
Yeah, over about 2 years. Mhm.
Yeah.
50,000 and we added to it too.
I think, I think we spent a total of what, 150, wasn't it?
Roughly, yes, sir.
then I have a question then.
Yes, ma'am.
What has been done? If you come down and look at that building looks older than me. They are all chairs, all upstairs. It's just to pull over. And I'm sure that you wouldn't want your parents or anybody else coming into a building that looks this way. And that door, someone came down and called themselves fixing it. The door is not fixed. The entrance coming in, when you leave the building to get on that bus, there is a very, very small covering. But if it's raining, you're wet. You're gonna be wet from the time you leave out of there to get on the bus. And I think that we could do better for our citizens because they deserve better.
Okay. We'll take a look, take those things, but keep in mind, I mean, what about when they drop them off at their house? Are they dropped up on a cover? They get wet then? Or
Bottom line is whether they drop them on the cover or not. We're concerned about them getting from that building to the bus.
Okay.
And they can bring their own umbrellas.
Okay, good. Well, no, we have spent that on there, and you actually brought this up in a meeting, I think, last year.
I did.
About an awning, and there's an awning there, but I think we've redone the roof on it. We've redone all the windows, pointed those, replaced panes, did out work in all the windows.
Mayor, can I say this? I get calls almost a weekly basis from Ms. Dolores, manager, when things are wrong, requesting this, requesting things, and we're there. She can vouch for that. And she told me that, she wanted to speak for the Council on Aging, that she was happy with everything going on. Now, the upstairs is not ours. That's the Masons. They own the top floor. That's not part of what we take care of. But we spent a lot of money on the outside of that building to paint it. I mean, I think it's night and day from what it was.
I mean, we've actually pulled up a lot of the old bushes, and I think we pull up bushes and.
I mean, the windows.
Then all I'm gonna ask is,
We've replaced air conditioners.
Yeah.
Would you all please come back and look at it now that we're in there? Because we have.
Well, I was there Friday because they
we'll come look
requested some work in their bathrooms. Mr. Lewis can tell you what we did because they were there Monday or Tuesday and replaced lights in the main part of the building. I mean, I think Ms. Dolores can vouch for the fact that the town takes care of that building and we manage it on a day-to-day basis if they
So
call.
the things that are on that stage and behind where
Well, we don't maintain inventory. They use that tree in there, we put in there. That's there up to them to decorate. We don't.
I'm not talking about the decoration. I'm talking about the structure itself. Because it's not looking good down there for us. I go there pretty much every day. And so does my neighbor. We go there. But we see things that are not being kept up. She can tell you just as well as I can, but I would appreciate if y'all just come down and we just all have a round table discussion.
Ms. Dolores, who manages it for the Council on Aging, has asked me to ask anyone, including you, that if y'all have questions that you get with her, because they have their own committee and group that take care of that. So I'm just saying that as far as the town goes, we're doing all we can do when we're asked to.
So that's where the $150,000 that you all left for 2 years has gone to what you're saying that's going on down there now?
I
To the
think
way it looks now?
Well, I
Yep,
think if you
wasted
took
money
before
then.
and after pictures, you could tell a big difference right now.
I mean, are you, Ms. Bradley, outside, I think the building looks fine. I mean, are you talking about inside?
We're talking about inside.
You're talking about inside?
Yeah.
Okay, that's something that the council on aging, as far as chairs.
Then if that's the case, then is there a building that you can get us? Another building that you can get that's a little bit more up to par? Because that building is far from being up to par.
Well, I mean, what more, okay?
Well, come, why don't you just come by and we
Okay,
just
sure.
all
I'd
sit down?
love to see it, because we certainly want to give our elder people that visit that a nice place to go to. But as far as the daily cleaning and maintenance and taking care of all that stuff, that is what the council on aging's job is to do, not the town. We will maintain that building, you know, to best of our ability. Like I said, we spent money on it, and like Jay says, we stay in constant contact. If there's something structurally wrong with that building, we're all over it. But if there's something inside that you're not happy with, a rocking chair or a table that needs replacing, that's the council on aging responsibility, not the town to come in and do the day-to-day maintenance and taking care of the day-to-day stuff that y'all are using.
Okay.
Or just, that'd be like you telling us, we got a horrible bus we're riding around on. The town ain't responsible for the bus. But the same thing with all the stuff inside, the council on aging, they get money each year from, I'm sure, Cornell, don't y'all give them a budget? If they do, you need to have this conversation first with her, Miss Vivian, and then come to us with y'all's needs. I mean, I don't want to be, because look, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And if there's something we can do, we certainly want to do it. But I mean, to be upset about the inside and the equipment and the stuff like that, town's not responsible for that. So get with her for something that you're not happy with, and then come to us if she has a request for something.
And the next thing I'm here to ask you about is the tree cutting. I understand the tree behind in the alley where I live is it needs cutting, and I understand that it is on a list. So my next question is, when will they be cutting trees again?
They're cutting them now, Miss Vivian.
In which area are they cutting them in?
Where are they at right now, Jay?
I don't know, Cornell knows more.
Yeah. I know the trees have been being cut in my district per se. I know because I've had several that have been taken down. So I can't speak for District 1, but I do know they have been working on Laurel and Alabama in that area.
It's only one crew, Miss Vivian. And it's a lot of trees.
They also had a lot of, like we discussed in the last meeting, they had a lot of
We had a lot of problems where they were bringing the debris.
I can understand that. I'm just asking, will they be down in that area before the end of this year?
I can't answer that, depending on the weather and what they get, how far.
Is it a list that tells you what tree are they marking off, like a checklist?
Well, I understand that the
there's a
tree
list
back
of
there
trees.
behind there is marked off to be cut.
Has it got X on it?
Yeah, that's the key.
I understand that it has an X on it.
It does have an X on the tree.
It says it does. I have been back there. 'Cause I'm gonna
Okay.
go back there.
If there's X on it, it's supposed to be one of them coming down. And when they get in that area, I'm sure they'll get it.
And my next question is, the light there, the light right down here. The light down by, let's see, what would I say? The first red light you come to if you come off the bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Can they adjust that? Because you sit
You
there.
need to call the state, ma'am.
The state,
State of Louisiana is complete charge of the red lights. We have no control over the red lights. State of Louisiana, DOT.
oh,
Even the signs on the highway. And now we maintain the highway, but you know how much? We have 3 men working year round on the highway. The state gives us, I think, $4,000, $5,000 to maintain it. So we're doing way above what we get to maintain the highway and keep it looking nice.
okay, next question, marquee. Remember, I've been asking you all about a marquee. And I think a good place for that would be up by Subway.
Mhm.
It's an area right there. That I think would be wonderful. You asked me about that.
Okay.
And I've been asking you all for the last couple of years since ex-alderman here, see about a sidewalk in front of my house.
Yes, ma'am.
Still haven't got that.
I haven't
And I
forgot
did
about your
go-
sidewalk, Miss Bradford.
You still looking at that?
I've not forgot about your sidewalk. The
Okay.
problem is, for us to go and just build you a sidewalk is not right. If there's a sidewalk we can put all the way down that street, from each side, and all the property owners along there are agreeable to it, we'll put a sidewalk, and it will include your street. But to just come personally build you a sidewalk I can't for the life of me want to know why you'd want something you have to weed eat and cut with to just put in your yard. But the rest of the sidewalk.
I'm not putting it in my yard, I'm putting it in front of my yard, not
Okay,
in my
but I'm
yard.
still saying, but you'd be the one that have to maintain, cut, do the weeding, But to put a sidewalk in your yard, I don't think that's lawful. They'll just come to your house and say, oh, we're gonna put a sidewalk in your yard.
Well, that's not what y'all said first time I asked you, because when I first asked you about it, everybody was in agreement on your board.
well,
Oh, we're gonna get your sidewalk.
And you do
I'm still
remember,
waiting on that.
and you do remember, we said if everybody on that street's in agreement to put a sidewalk in their yard, that we would do it.
Why, the people I talked to, no one had seemed to have a problem.
Okay, so that was my question.
So who all did you talk to on that street?
I'll get a list for you. so.
Please do.
Okay. All right. Anybody else in that row? Okay. All right. Well, wait. We skipped a row. Does anybody on the next row have anything? Okay. All right. Come on. Come on, guys. All right.
There you go ahead. Take that up there.
Go ahead. Come on, Hugh.
Number 106. That's
Okay.
letter that Mr. Gardner's gonna be reading.
I'm gonna be reading.
Yeah, you got enough. You got enough.
Kenny's also one of our police jurors for the parish. We're gonna make a list for the police
Okay.
jurors. Hey, what about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the top of my list.
That's right, man. That's it, man.
Good evening. My name is Henry Garner, and I'm representing Private Day 106, lot number 106. I'm speaking in the absence of Alan Johnson, our whistle master. He's out of town, so. But we come today to respectfully request, some help with our building. Our building become, almost dilapidated. The roof is leaking, water's leaking down into the walls, and the walls are coming apart, and mold is set up in there. And that's a safety hazard as well as a health hazard. And we're seeking some funds to try to help with that. We have, if you notice, we've given you 2 proposals from Greg Myers and Henry Boxley for the roof repair and the wall repair. We're trying to get this done so that we can get our building back the way it should be, so we can try to be a pillar of the community, try to put it, put some help into the community to build it up. We have some areas in the community that are great, but in other areas it's starting to, come down. We're trying to build that back up, build some pride back up in our community. And so normally, we looked at some of the estimates in some other places. For a job like this, they've been asking $40,000 to $80,000. That is not on the proposal right here. Believe me, it's not on the proposal. But anyway, this is the proposal that we have now. We'll be seeking other proposals to try to see what we can get done. But the main thing is to try to get something done,
Okay.
to start getting our building back in order.
Just for information purposes, tell the people what the address of the property is so they'll know. And the Alderman who might not know.
101 4th Street.
District number 1.
Right.
Mhm.
I know where it is. I just wanted to say it
Yeah,
so people know where it is.
And I see this is a historical building.
It's a historical building, right?
This is
It was built
19
back in the 1900s. It's one of the first
Yeah.
ones around here. So.
Yeah, Pride of Day, one of the oldest Masonic halls in the community and the only African-American Masonic hall in the city. So it's a historical building. And that's what I'm saying, we need to try to get that back the way it should be.
Okay.
Not only will it help the lodge, it also, because in the way it looks now, it doesn't look very good in the community. It's almost like an eyesore. We're trying to get it built back up the way it should be.
Okay. And so most would be a blight, I guess, if you looked at the roof in some spots on it.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah.
It kind of got away from us, with the supplies,
Yeah.
cost of everything.
So how many members do y'all have right now?
Right now, we're at 10.
So we done lost
Ten.
a lot of members,
Yeah.
moving out of town for jobs, so.
And some of the other members have passed away.
Passed away, yeah. A lot of older.
All right. All right. Any questions from the Alderman? Okay.
We thank y'all for y'all time.
No, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
The only thing I would like to
And,
elaborate on and say,
We look,
the only thing I would like to elaborate and say, I do know that there's potential funding, other funding that may be out there, grants. I haven't got familiar with the new grant writer that we have, but I do know that it's probably funding out there for buildings of this historical buildings of this nature. Maybe they could even work hand on with whoever the grant writer at this time is to try to come up with some funds to help as well. And then that would be less that if the city decides to donate, the grants would take a little bit more care of it.
We look forward to working with you all and, to try to get something done. And just like he mentioned about the grants and all that, if you got some ideas on somebody that can write the grants and everything like that, we'll be glad to talk with them,
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I think it's a great possibility for that to happen. I think it'd be, a big improvement for that area.
Yeah.
Plus with the improvements they already did to the resource center, I think it'd be,
That's
makes
side
sense.
by side.
Makes sense.
It'll be a great asset to the community.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right,
Appreciate
thank
it. Okay. Next, or that row, or anybody else on that row? We'll go back to the next row. All right, here we go. Did you change it? Did you change your mind? Miss Josephine.
So I'm here.
Miss Josephine Webster. Miss Josephine is retired teacher. How many years you teach, Miss Josephine?
My total years for after-school tutoring and so forth, 47.
How much?
47.
47.
How about that?
Well, we appreciate all the influence and work you did for us old knothead boys growing up.
Thank you.
Boys and
You are
girls.
very welcome. To the Honorable Mayor Kraft and our Board of Aldermen, to the rest of us who are in attendance, I am Josephine Webster. And as our mayor just pointed out, I've been in the system for quite a while. He made me tell my number of years, but that's fine with me. I'm grateful for it. But I'm here on a different court this time, however. I think you have done a very good job of getting us started with after-school tutoring service. I really appreciate that. With Mr. Wendell Milix, that program, you've done an excellent job in getting us started with that, and I appreciate it. But I'm here on a different accord. It was brought to my attention. Can you hear me okay?
Can you pull that mic down just a little bit?
Okay.
Just speak right into it, because I can't hear good anyway. Okay, there you go.
Okay, it was brought to my attention that we celebrate the Memorial Day every year. This has been going on for 150 years. It began in Vidalia, and I am proud of that fact. We are continuing the event, but I'm here specifically to ask the board if you would please consider purchasing some drums. I'm only asking for the drums, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Memorial Day Committee. Okay, I just want to give a little background. Most of us already know that at one time, its original name was the 30th of May commemoration. Okay. We are specifically asking for, as I said, drums only right now. And we are asking if you would please consider giving us $2,500, which is, I don't think is very much, to get the drums. And we're asking for the purchase of the drums because in the past years, we had to borrow drums from the area schools and quite a distance outside of this area. So we would like for the board to please consider purchasing the drums for us so we won't have to borrow drums from the schools and whatnot.
Oh, God, I thought you'd bought drums for them.
I have sponsored and donated drums. Thank you for bringing that up.
Well, I mean, I thought you had.
I have, yeah, they still use those as well, but
Okay.
I have
I just want to make
sponsored.
sure.
I spent $2,500 out of my personal pocket on donating to the Memorial Day Parade for drums as well.
Is that?
But I do believe the committee, she's absolutely right. The kids do need more drums. And just a little correction, I think the parade is 160 years old and not 150 years old.
Okay.
I know, Ms.
Yeah,
Webster.
okay.
You've been going to that parade a little longer than I have.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 160 years.
Okay, it was a misprint then, it was 150 on my source, but okay, 160, good, that's
160.
even better. Okay, we would like to carry this tradition on. It's been going on that long. We need to do it with dignity and pride. I think we would make a very, well, a better impression on the city of Vidalia if we can get our own instruments, and if we can own our own instruments, and especially the drums I'm asking for right now. Okay? Let me add something else, one little historical point. Let's see. I had the year written somewhere here. Okay. The event I just talked about, we call the 30th of May commemoration. Okay, it actually occurred, which was a Civil War skirmish at Vidalia in 1864. And our tradition was actually started in 1866. And you should have seen many of the elderly ladies. I was small, so you know it's been a long time ago. Many of the elderly ladies would walk the bridge, and even many of the people walk the bridge now. We are saying parade, but it's actually a traditional celebration. But the parade is the highlight of the celebration, and we would like to continue that tradition with your help. I do have, someone called it the jump drive. What's the other name for jump drive? Does anybody know the other name? Flash drive. Okay, I have a copy, and those of us who have computers, I'm willing to share this with you. This is the Battle of Vidalia that I referred to. Okay. Thank you very kindly for your consideration, and I will bring the specificities back next meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Josephine. All right, anybody else? Is that, okay.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mayor, Aldermen, citizens. I'm Brenda Logan, and I was here a couple months ago concerning the Memorial Day Parade marker. And I would like to follow up regarding the Memorial Day marker that we have discussed, or we did in the past. Okay, this marker is very important to the Memorial Day Parade Committee and to our community because it would serve as a permanent reminder of the significance and history of our annual Memorial Day Parade. I understand that there is a process that must be followed to have the marker designed, approval, purchased, and installed. I also understand that funding for the marker has been included in the city's budget in the past. At this time, I would simply like to find out where we are in the process and what steps remain to be completed. My main concern is making sure that we stay on track so that the marker can be completed and installed before the next Memorial Day Parade. We have discussed this project previously, and I would like to see it brought to completion. I respectfully ask that we receive an update on the current status of the marker, the remaining steps, and an estimate timeline for completion. Thank you. I appreciate everyone's assistance in making sure this important project is completed for our community and for the future generations. Thank you.
Ms. Logan, I can assure you that the marker will be up before the next parade. What I can assure you of, because I can't get a good feel and approvals, or feel like where, which is a problem. Because Number one, am I right, the church, is?
The hall,
The hall.
Okay.
what's the name of the hall, if you can remember it?
Who are the members or owns the hall?
It's on,
The Women Relief Corps,
and
number
the
28.
GAR,
I think we should have the sign. My problem is, I don't want to go stick it on somebody's property and they say, we didn't give you permission to do that. We need to make sure we get approvals.
Okay.
And also, I mean, and a good sense from everybody involved, where to put it. You know, if it's way at the end of a street, is somebody going to ever see it? We want it where people can see it and enjoy it. So, I mean, and I'm all for if that's for the beginning of the parade, but it's just like the rec board. The rec board for years, we had nets. We had nets budgeted to put nets over on the ball fields, but the rec board never would give us an okay to come put them up. So if we can go put a sign on somebody's property, they got to tell us we can. So I hope you understand that.
I
So
do.
that's the biggest holdup now. So if there's a location that you have, Alderman Gardner passed, if somebody's on somebody's property, get the approvals and have it in writing and make sure that we have it, because I don't have to get in trouble and be in the newspaper because the town went and put up a sign on somebody's property without permission. Because I promise you, they would love to do that if we do it without permission. So that's the holdup.
Thank you.
The sign, the design, everything, I think what you want on it has been basically done. And it hadn't been made yet, but I can assure you, once we get the location, it would happen pretty quick.
Okay.
Okay?
so I think we just needed something from y'all organization saying that everything's okay for it to be there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, anybody else? Okay. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I wanted to go ahead and do this. I will probably be looking at, and this will be something, the old Coney House. It's 14 acres adjoining our property now. The town has an option back when the deal was done on the Coney House. We have the option to buy the property back at what we paid for it, plus any improvements. And I just want the people, the public, and the council be aware, I think we should do that. Like I said, it's an adjacent property, 14 acres, that we should consider to make a park out of it, extend that. I think it'd be a big draw, something for people to come off and be another tourist destination for sure. And the other thing, if anything we can do to work with the police jury, they own the courthouse, the old courthouse in Medellin, Louisiana. I would like us to help them any way we can to help them get funding to renovate the courthouse, to bring back those government agencies that were in there, Council on Aging, the child support thing, the county agent, all those people that had to move out of the courthouse when the police jury shut it up. Because I'd like to see that be a hub again in our town. So those two things I didn't come up with, don't have a price, but hopefully we can work with the police jury. When I have two of them here, I want to let them know we want to. So, anybody else before we adjourn? Okay, I'd like to, hey, thank y'all for coming. It's a good meeting tonight. I enjoyed it very much.
And the second part of the meeting is gonna be on the 20th.
No, the next week is this coming Thursday at 6 o'clock. Same, if you already had your name on the list, there's no sense coming again, just being honest with you. Because just, if anybody new out there listening, and you got an idea you'd like for us to put on the list for you to us to consider, come on Thursday night. We'll be here at 6 o'clock. So can I hear a motion by somebody to exit the public hearing?
I make a motion.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Betts. All in favor, say aye. We're now out of the public hearing. Hear a motion to
I
adjourn.
make that motion.
Motion made by Alderman Gardner. Here a second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Betts. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned.